Hey, are you going to the Lorwyn Eclipsed Prerelease event? Are you new to Magic and don't know what that is? Well, hey, today I'm going to talk about what to do at the event, what is the event, what to bring, and make this the ultimate guide for you. If you're new, if you're experienced, welcome to Valid's Pre-Release Guide. What's up, everyone? I am Sean. If you don't know who I am, I'm the leader over here at Valid. And today we're going to talk about what to do at a pre-release. What is a pre-release? What to bring at a pre-release? And make this the ultimate guide for you to experience pre-release as a new Magic player, as an experienced Magic player, someone who is doing pre-release for the very first time. This is it for you. Okay? So let's get right into, hey, what is a pre-release? So a pre-release, I'm going to use a Spider-Man pre-release kit, okay? But you are going to get a box, and this is what's inside. The outer shell is going to have some various tokens. It's going to have some dividers. But inside is going to have 6 packs of the set, aka Lorwyn Eclipse. It's going to have a foil promo and a spin down 20-sided die. And what you do is you take the 6 play boosters and the promo, you open them up, and you create and construct a 40 card minimum deck out of those cards to play against other people that are at the event. All right. So those are the only packs you can use. Even if you win new packs or you bought packs before, the only packs you're able to use are from the pre-release kit. You know, you don't have to worry about lands. Your LGS will be provided. I'll talk more about that on what to bring. Just a tip. And it's usually 3 to 4 rounds, best of 3. Okay. Like I said, if you win, normally LGSs will give extra packs, play boosters, for winning. And if you place, depending on your place, you can get more packs that way. But that is the pre-release format. Okay. Now, when I say you're going to build a deck, here is the beginner way to build this deck. All right. So I said this is constructed. Yes, you are constructing the deck from the packs. Here's my brew or whatever whatever the word is, tip for building the deck. It's 40 card minimum. So I would say try to stay around that 40 cards. You know, if you want to go more, you can less, or you can't go less. So I try to stick around 23 spells. Okay, whether that's creatures, enchantments, artifacts, sorceries, whatever, instants, whatever. And 17 lands. Okay, that is what's worked for me. That's the tip I gave the team when we did our first pre-release. And stuff like that. So I would say stick to that. Figure out what the color combos are. So for this, I would say stick to 2 colors. 3 only if it supports it. And I'll talk about that here in a bit. But for Lorwyn Eclipse, I would recommend the 2 colors. Because of the different draft archetypes. And let's talk about them. So right off the rip, you have blue, white, merfolk. Okay, you can use a variety of different things to tap the creatures that create synergies, to cast spells for cheap, and that will help disrupt your opponents. Okay, black, red, also known as Rakdos. The other one was Azorius. But black, red goblins. You can throw goblins at every problem. Find ways to put -1/-1 counters on your disposable goblin forces and reap rewards. Again, I'm reading this from the official Lorwyn Eclipse draft archetype. Green, white, Kithkin. Okay, Kithkin, use the shared consciousness to spread abilities among other Kithkin. The more you play, the greater it grows. Okay, that is Selesnya. Anyways, Is it elementals, also known as blue red? Burn bright, burn burn bright like a flamekin is what this says. Cast big spells to unleash elemental power. And finally, Golgari elves, black green. Uh, Harness the cycle of nature and use a graveyard as a resource to overwhelm your opponents. So that is what the Lorwyn Eclipsed draft archetypes are. Now, again, you can use 3 only if it supports it. For the Spider-Man pre-release, I built a Rakdos black red deck that I got destroyed the first round. The guy even switched decks. He built 2 different decks, and both of them I just couldn't compete. So I thought about it. I was like, hey, what if I add a third color? It's crazy. I really don't want to rebuild. Let me just add blue. I love Grixis outside of the constructed format. Let's see what Grixis would do. And once I did, I won my next 3 matches, and I lost my last one, but it was a great time. But Spider-Man used Grixis quite a bit. So, from what I've seen, I'm not seeing 3-color support in this set. I may be wrong, but I would stick to 2 colors. That's always been the go-to mostly for me at pre-release events. And then focus on curve, your mana curve, more than greed. Okay, I know big spells go boom, but if you're having trouble playing a 5 cost being mana screwed when your opponent is playing 2 to 3 at the most, they're going to win. Okay, so I would say focus on your mana curve. Try to stick between that 2 to 3 range. You could have some 5s, which is nice, but make sure you're able to get there. All right. And if I had priority of what I'm looking for, I would go removal, card draw, and then synergy. This is all about synergy. So synergies aren't gonna be hard to do. So I would recommend removal first because, again, you're learning the set. It's nice to know what removal is in this set. Card draw, you always need card draw. And then finally synergy because everything's going to synergize. Now, again, I would say you're not drafting to play your strongest card. I would say go for the synergy, but focus on removal and card draw. Okay. Some tips before you do this. Hey, learn the set before you go. Learn about the merfolk and goblins and elves and elementals. Learn about everything. You can look up the new mechanics. Like, hey, what does the new mechanic do? Look up, are there other color pairs that work minus the 5? There's 5 more. What else would work? Also look up common removal spells as well as common and uncommon cards that you're going to run into if you have it set on, hey, I am going to run this color combo. I would also recommend having a backup plan because it's all about the packs you get. You may get the color combo. You may not. Have multiple plans. Go in with at least 2 to 3 different archetypes that you can build around. And rank them. Like, hey, here's plan A, here's plan B, here's plan C. Because if plan A doesn't work, hey, you got plan B. If plan A and plan B don't work, you got plan C. Okay? But go in learning the set, the color archetypes, and the common removal spells. You don't need to know every card. Just, hey, what is each color trying to do? And what kills creatures in this set? Plain and simple. So, now the mindset of pre-release. This is all about community vibes. Okay? All about community. It's very, very casual. Okay? Now, I'm saying that because when we did the Spider-Man pre-release, we had people who were, oh, you can't do that. Nope, you can't do that. Nope, you can't do that. Why? What is stopping me from doing that? But instead of turning it into a learning aspect and learning more about the set and the cards was no, you can't do that. Anyways, my turn. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. That is not fun. That didn't happen to me. That happened to Hudson. And it was Hudson's first game and kind of ruined the rest of pre-release for him because he was worried about what are other people going to be like? Is he going to like are they just going to tear down his deck every game? So, don't be that person. It's very casual. We're all learning the set. Everyone is seeing the cards for the first time. It's okay. If misplays happen, it's okay. It's going to be normal. Don't forget to ask questions. Hey, what'd you do there? How does that work? What is that? Ask questions. People want to learn and then just teach as well. You're no, not someone there is not going to be the expert. You're not the expert. No one's the expert. Just be prepared to help people out, and they will also help you out. Okay? Focus on the community aspect. Your goal isn't to win the pre-release. It's to learn the set and have fun. Okay? Now, if you win games and get packs, cool. That's awesome. But that shouldn't be your goal. All right? Now, to the most important part. What do I bring to a pre-release event? There are a few things I bring um, that have that I've learned over the time that is also very common. You would think, oh yeah, why wouldn't you do that? Well, look, we all learn, okay? We all learn. So, right off the rip, I bring sleeves, okay? I bring sleeves or I buy sleeves. I'm gonna be playing with a deck, okay? I want to get used to that. I want to know what it's like, but I also want to protect the cards I spent money on. So I'm gonna bring sleeves, okay? Also, if I have hits, I'm gonna sleeve up those cards. Bring sleeves or buy sleeves. Your LGS will have sleeves. Um, I love Dragon Shield. Everyone here at Valor loves Dragon Shield. We're not sponsored or anything, but we love Dragon Shield. There's gonna be other brands, all that fun stuff. Just buy sleeves if you don't have any. Trust me, it's gonna be so worth it. You're gonna have expensive cards. Just bring sleeves. I promise you. Okay. Another thing that you're gonna have dice. I have a bag of dice. You're gonna get a D20, so you won't have to worry about that. But I mean, I carry extra D20s, and then I also carry D6s. Um, you're gonna have counters. You're gonna have plus ones, minus ones, life. You can track life with a D20. You're gonna get one, but have dice. It's very useful. Also, someone may forget dice too, or they're like, "Oh, I left it in my bag," and you're in the middle of tables and it's very cramped. Share, okay? Share. Have enough to share. All right. Another thing, optional, okay? But a playmat. You can have a playmat. My LGS has 6 feet, 6 foot playmats on the tables. I won't take or use my playmat. I mean, I'll take it with me, but I won't use my playmat. Um, unless I'm at a table that doesn't, which is rare, but then I'll use my playmat. Other than that, have a playmat. It's helpful, more helpful than what you think. Have tokens and counters. Okay, you're going to get some pop out counters with the box, and tokens will come in the packs, but have like treasures and stuff like that. Simple, basic tokens, copies, whatever you may think, because not everything will come in the packs. So have those. Another thing that I do is I go ahead and take 50 of the sleeves, okay, and I bring 10 of each land type. I know the LGS provides them. I like to bring my own lands. It makes it easier. You got a set time to build your deck, sleeve it, get the lands, all that fun stuff. I like to bring my own lands. Um, Already sleeved and everything because that gives me more time to read the cards, learn the cards, so that way I can help explain the cards. So I bring lands already sleeved and everything, just so that way I have more time. It's That's a personal thing I do. I've taught the guys to do that. They loved it. Um, it gives us more time to talk, chat. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I built. Here's why. Here's why. And just, again, learn the set. Another thing, life tracker. Okay. I don't know where my phone's at. Life tracker. Oh, it's in my pocket. Okay. Either use this, either use this or use a pen and paper. There's wonderful apps at Valid here. We use Mythic tools just because of the win rates and stuff like that. There's extra stuff that has it. We use Mythic tools, as well as Lotus is a great app that does digital life tracker. Okay, there's other apps out there. Just have a life tracker, or you can use pen and paper. You can use a notepad and whatever. Now, other things to bring that are recommended, but by me, is a pen and paper. I use a multicolor pen, and I take notes. Okay, I take notes about the different cards, the mechanic, and stuff like that, as a way for me to learn the cards, and see like, hey, will this work in any of my current commander decks? Will this be a cool commander deck to build? I also like to compete in standard. So hey, what deck can I build in standard? What stuff like that. So I take notes. Also, we have a judge, and so I go ask him like, "Hey, does this work? How? Why?" And so I take notes on that aspect. Um, just take notes if you want. Okay. Water and snacks. Now, this one can go both ways. Your LGS might have drinks and snacks available, so you can buy some there, or you can just bring your own. It's going to be a long event, about 4 to 5 hours. Spider-Man for us took 5 hours. We started at 7, we ended at 1. We were walking out of the LGS at 1 o'clock at night. It takes a long time. So I recommend water and snacks or buying some stuff. Another thing, battery pack. Okay. Your phone will die, especially in between rounds. If you have fast games, but your friends aren't done, what are you going to do? Just sit there? I mean, you could chat with your opponent, you could chat with other people, or you can be on your phone. Completely up to you. But guess what? Your phone's going to die. It's in the evening. Your phone will die. I would recommend having a phone charger, a battery pack, something of that nature. Just to have. Okay? And also for your friends too. So all in all, that's the pre-release. Now here are some bonus tips that people often forget. Okay? Hey, it's okay to read your opponent's cards. Ask nicely, like, hey, what does that do? May I read it? Stuff like that. Read the cards. Seriously. You're there to learn. Ask them what it does. You can read the cards. Ask them to read your cards. Another thing, announce your triggers clearly. We're all learning the set. There's all new mechanics. If you know the mechanic, you know how the trigger works, announce it. So that way people can learn. Sideboard between games. Again, I started with a Rakdos deck. After the round, I built that blue deck. Every pack that you open, or every card that you open, is your sideboard. You can rebuild the entire deck. You can take a few cards out. Sideboard between games. Okay, it's a great way to learn. Here's another one. Trade after the event. Not during the round. Okay? Not during the round. Trade after the event. Again, if you trade during rounds, you cannot use that card. There's some places that take that very seriously. You cannot use those cards. So trade after the event. Okay? Trade after. And then finally, take pictures of your cool pools. You know, this is a very social game. If you're getting into the hobby for the first time, hey, here's what I pulled at an event. Here's this cool thing. It's called Magic the Gathering. Your experience, do the same thing. Hey, this set I was really excited for. Here's some cool pictures. Hey, take pictures. Post them on socials. Keep them for yourself as a remembrance. Whatever you do, just take pictures. It's awesome. You're human after all. So, if you're going to the pre-release this weekend, drop a comment down below. I want to know what colors you're most excited to play. Okay? And let me know if this helped. Okay? Let me know if this helped. So, leave a like, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future pre-release, other deck techs, as well as gameplay that's going to be coming out soon. But yeah, guys, I hope y'all have fun this weekend. Hope you open some good cards. And most importantly, have fun. We love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.